Hello, welcome to part 48 of our Minecraft survival on PS4 console vanilla series. I'm so tired from work today. I'm so tired. But I'm also stressed. Not a great combination when you're exhausted, but you're also having experiencing some apprehension. Like you can't relax even though you're super tired. It wasn't even a bad day. It's just, I think work is just strenuous. Look at this fool out here. What? First of all, that barely did any damage. That's amazing. Second of all, that's bullshit. What the? That was so stupid. I clearly wasn't in range. That's why you back up your ish, baby. That's why you back up your ish. That's really sweet. Sometimes iron golems give flowers to the villager children. It's sweet. Thank you. Freaking nuisance. More than likely I did get too close to it. It's just that the point of reference of being inside made it seem like I was farther away, like I was at a greater distance. When you're outside, you lack that point of reference. What? I mean, don't get me wrong, that's so cool how it grew up the tree like that, up the house. I don't... Actually, I have no idea what's going on here. Wait. So this is the culprit. At least I can easily eliminate everything. Don't normally have that advantage with these. Trees. Oh. Why? Glad that's over. See how close this got? That's why I planted it far away. If that was any closer, would have connected. Ooh, I like this. Very efficient tree farm up here. It's not gonna get attached to any wood on the roof. No super trees. Very easy. Not that I'm taking super trees for granted. Minecraft would be sad without them. But for mining purposes, obviously trees like this, growth like this is a little bit more practical. Gotta get rid of something. What will it be? I'm gonna store the vines because I don't know exactly what I'm doing with them yet. I just made a note that I would want to use the vines probably over there in that direction. Oh, and here. I think here I meant. But over there at some point too, especially over the water. It'll be nice. At any rate, let me put those vines away. Okay. So we have 2 stacks. It was very important that I push this forward a little bit. We had no choice. It works much better. Da, 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 da. Don't know what I'm doing there just yet. I'll figure it out. It's not vital. Loser. So, I mean, I'm tempted to drape the stairs somewhere in the leaves, somewhere in the foliage. I think that would be really nice. Excuse me. Can't go in this direction. Wouldn't make sense anyway. But I have some room here, which is nice. I didn't really want to push the building itself out this far, but I might have to. So we come in, very nice. And now that it's like this, I actually don't need this wall here, do I? I really don't. Can't be there. I'm just thinking about it. It's such a strange room, but I didn't really have a choice. There had to be a private room there. So pretty. That effect. I need to remove that manually. It's kind of annoying. I think now it'll actually disappear on its own. No, not quite. Whatever, I'll deal with it later. Of course, I'll tape this down in a pyramidal way so it looks nice and not crazy and like just a giant vertical skyscraper. You go on and try to tear me down. I will be rising from the ground. Oh my god, that was such a difficult time. For me, I mean. I was neck deep in eating disorder. And I was just completely distracted and immersed in things that were fictional and meaningless, like pop music and that sort of culture. Not great. It was formative and healthy to some degree because that's where I got a lot of my vocal inspiration. That informed a lot of my singing ability. I would go on to do things just like all the pop stars that I listened to, but mentally and eating disorder wise, it was obviously a very, very difficult time for me. I was only like, what, 14, 15? Yikes. Go on, try to tear me down. I'm just thinking. Normally I don't work in reverse order like this from up down, but I'll figure it out. It'll all work out. It'll all work out. And you know where it's gonna start working out first? From here. From the foyer. When I figure out where to put the stairs, it'll all become clear. I do feel like it should be here. It's hard. It can go anywhere. I'm thinking about opening this up, putting the stairs here. For this, I will have to do the flights of stairs, the alternating flights of stairs, because I'm not. It's not going to have the horizontal space like that one is going to have. This one is going to be more vertical and more amplified. Makes sense. A cousin house, a sister house, different themes, but still cohesive. I don't just want to build out all the way over here. I really would prefer to avoid that. But it would help to have the extra space. I'm just thinking. The more I look at it, the more this makes the most sense. Staircase on the side. Yeah. That won't work over there. I can't put the stair, because, yeah. I don't want to put the stairs here. Hmm. I'm thinking about where I want to put these stairs. It's like the spine. The stairs really is like the spine because it's gonna decide where everything, how everything is mapped, because it all emanates from there. I'll figure it out. Always do. Stairs could actually go right here. Yeah. Yeah. I could do that. Hmm. I'm looking at my ankle because I got a bite on my ankle a couple days ago. Small. I mean, it is summer. Hopefully nothing too bad. Hopefully nothing bad at all. Thinking. I really don't want to put the stairs over there. I want to put them in this direction. The more I'm thinking of it, the more it makes sense to put the stairs here. And then it'll just be perched on one of the trees, I guess. I don't really like that. I didn't really want to rely on that. It's a nice location for the stairs. Leaves room in the foyer, doesn't feel too far from the door. That's gonna get in the way though. Not that it would matter, I would just build around it as I always have. And then we'd pretty much literally be in the treetops. Kind of wanted to avoid that. I'll try it. My other builds were very, very heavy on building into trees and making trees part of the structure. I feel like it would be a little repetitive if I did that too much here. So I don't want to do that too much, honestly. But this is the most opportune place for stairs. It respects everything involved. Because I love like transition points, liminal points like this. But it also faces that. So sorry, I had to wake up my computer. Maybe this will be really charming under here, actually. Because I'll be able to hang lanterns, chandelier lanterns through this alley. Yeah, I think actually this is a blessing in disguise. Silly of me. This is cool. Yeah. I like this a lot because we could see that. Yeah. Definitely cool. I'll find a way to make it look nice from the outside. The most important thing by far. Oh, this is so cool, the view of the ocean between the trees. Anyways, the most important thing by far is having it work from the inside first and foremost. No, I'm not doing that. In fact, well, if I had railings, I would. I mean, if I had a fence, I would. I want this to be a balcony. I'm dying on that hill. Thinking of putting the stairs here. And this next stair up, I mean. And we're up. I'll make it all look nice at some point. I'm not worried about that. It will look nice. The important thing was just figuring this out. These starting points, which are so important. That was terrible. This is going to be so cute because there's not going to be much under here. This is going to be a void. So it'll create a really nice space from the floor as well. And this is going to be beautiful from here. I'm going to maintain that thing with the fences. Preserve that tradition, I mean. 1, 2, 3, 4. So presumably, yeah. Can you chill, please? This is gonna be lit. It's gonna be so cool when it's done, bro. Only good decision so far. I should really sleep through the storm, though. This alley is so cool out here. What's it called? You know that White Reach in Skyrim? No, not White Reach. It's not White Run. It would be White Reach, right? The big city in the plains. Very nice, rich city with the wind house and the big castle, and then that residential space at the top of the castle where you can get there eventually with that sort of landing pad for the dragon. White Reach. What is it? White Reach? White Reach. Oh, okay. Oh, right. It was White Run, but the river White Run sounds similar to a town, the starting town, River something White. I might be mistaken. Anyways, that really big, the residential space that you wouldn't expect to be there, nestled in all those other levels and rooms. That's how I like to build. the residential space and other spaces like that big porch. I can't remember the name, but on top of the castle was this huge landing. I like stuff like that. I'm not explaining that well. I'm very, 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 very tired. Excuse me. I will need to increase this at least one more. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I have no choice because otherwise it literally doesn't connect anywhere. Okay. I'll figure it out. And I didn't just add a crap ton of space on here. I chose the right thing because I had a lot of things I had to respect. I wanted there to be a nice transition point here. I wanted this foyer to be respected. I wanted it to be oriented around this big window here. And I needed to ensure that this wouldn't be obstructed either. There were several things I needed to do all at once, so this is fine. And this will be cool because there will be another balcony over here. Right over the front entrance. I love stuff like that. Okay. So now you'll see what my intention here is. Definitely want to so nice, right? All respected. There was no better choice, I promise. I know what I'm doing. And there was no better choice. This was by far the best choice for what I wanted, and it also created a cool opportunity under here where I can hang outdoor chandeliers. It's going to be really nice out there because eventually I'll secure this space, make sure it's safe, and I'll have doors open out onto the alley out here. It'll be really nice. I thought something funny. No. You know what I noticed about those really successful people with the rich apartment, with the rich apartments, those really successful rich young people with the amazing pads, like the amazing apartments, amazing views, amazing amenities, and it looks like they're just living the dream. And they post it to TikTok, just sitting on their couch or something, living the dream. Yeah. What do you notice about those people? They're always alone. They are always, without fail, in their apartments, alone. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I am saying there's always a price. And the people who aren't alone, there's a price there too. Look at those OnlyFans creators. And everyone envies them. And I would ask why. Because they get it all the time, yeah, and that's why they don't value it. And that's why they can't get enough of it. And that's why they're addicted to it. And how satisfied are they, for example, too, if they have to bring audiences into it? What, they aren't content with one another? They aren't satisfied with one another? They need everyone to watch? There's always a price. Millions of dollars is cool. Intimacy is cool, but there's always a price, and people who seem to be abundant in any particular way, there's always a price. There's always a price. There will never not be a price. Two things. I need to checks and balances, I guess you could say. Need to make some trapdoors. I'll make some doors. Hello. Oh. Full house. Oh. Alright. This is so nice. Honestly, it's beautiful. Mm. Very nice. Hmm? Yeah. I'm thinking more than likely this hallway here will just be one level. It's not going to be more than one level. There's not going to be anything else here. There would be no reason for that, honestly. Because this this hallway is the bridge between the first, second, and third floors. So its job is done. Oh, except over here. I would need to box it out over there. But this, everything on top of this can just be roof. A little party. Diverse party, eh? One sec. That is very ballsy. Where did he go? That is indeed very creepy. Oh. It's coded so they won't just go behind an obstruction. They will, at long range, and I've made this observation before, move relative to a given object. So that it's just not inside of your cone of vision. It's not quite the same as just, going behind a wall or going behind, I don't know, a trunk. If, for example, the canopy of the tree happens to be blocking them, and they have opportunity on the terrain to go behind that, they will. Do you know what I'm saying? The game will make note of where in your cone of vision, in your visual perception, the creeper is. And it will use the terrain to conceal the creeper. in a way that surpasses something normally just hiding itself in a normal way. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a deeper understanding of visual context. And it is creepy. It's like this innate understanding of... It's like the creeper has an innate understanding, obviously, because of the way it's coded, of where it will no longer be visible, but you see in reality we don't necessarily possess that innate understanding per se. They're coded to just disappear in the environment, and they will know what is between you and them at long range. They will have an innate understanding of that. I can't believe I just spent 5 minutes talking about that. I'm tired. Alright, let me back up my game real quick. A person who thinks too much. A person who thinks all the time. Literally. Gross. Twitch streamers are so vile. I hate Twitch. Honestly, I really do. The beginning of the roof. Because I want this arch to be perpendicular to it. I don't want it to go up with it over the stairs, if you know what I mean. Person who thinks all the time. Blah 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 blah. Wait. Does this? Yeah. It's fine. Just got confused. Damn. What? Creepers can explode if they're struck by arrows? I thought creepers only ever detonated if you... Run, turtle, run! This is so sad. Run, turtle! The creeper is... I'm confused. Why did that creeper blow up? I really thought creepers could only detonate when triggered by the player. But apparently when they're attacked by, let's say, inadvertently attacked by a skeleton and arrow, they can... It can trigger a defense detonation. And what is that creeper doing? And what just happened? What was that? Am I tripping? I'm gonna go back to the previous save because that was really weird. Glad I caught that, honestly. It's fine, I didn't do much. Alright. I really don't want that just blowing up. Like, why the hell did that happen? I don't want a giant fissure in my beach. If I go through such pains to not damage the landscape as I build, to build with the landscape and not through it, unless I decide to go through it, why would I want a creeper just blowing it up? Blowing craters. Why would I want that? Creeper should only ever detonate when triggered by the player. Something is clearly off there. I'm telling you, console is buggy. Alright. Hmm. All right. It might have happened because I had my back turned to this spot and there was a lot of activity and it just got confused. Also, this is my other theory. There's a creeper right there. And the game has been trying to get me to engage this creeper. So I think it got its wires crossed, honestly, between the two. I think there was a correlation between that explosion and my proximity to this one. Even though I'm not in blast range, it still seemed like there was a connection. That's what I'm saying, though. It's not... the reality in game world is personified. It thinks like a human brain trying to make things happen around you. So there's this sort of innate understanding. And this sort of innate effort to make things happen. And it's why things tend to be connected. So if the game is just trying to introduce me to a creeper in front of me, and I happen to have my back turned to a lot of activity, maybe it would induce something weird happening behind me, where there was a lot of activity, because the creeper in front of me was put there so that I would cross paths with it. Do you know what I'm saying? I think the wires got crossed. Whatever. No one cares. It's gonna be nice. Maybe I could put some dormers on there too. You know what I mean? Would make sense since one's going over the stairs. Yeah. Here. No, I would need this to be 5 as well. I really hope they aren't messing up the beach. Yeah, that was just a freak accident before. That was absolutely, no doubt in my mind, a result of the creeper that the game was trying to throw at me over here. It couldn't get its way with me over here. So it made something so trigger happy over there, behind me, in my blind spot. Even if it was far away, that something happened that should not have happened. Seems that way. I'm marking this because this is correct and it looks incorrect, and I don't want to get confused. I'm going to use the remaining ones here. This is correct, so it will look kind of awkward, but this is correct. Such a nice tree line. I should really make a conscious note to convert the rest of the wood when I don't have enough oak logs to continue building into oak planks just for supplies, the purposes of supplies. I should do that from now on. It makes more sense because let's say you've run out of axes while building and, you know, mining and stuff, and then you don't have the oak planks necessary per se to make sticks. You know what I'm saying? I need to harvest more metal soon. Oh, I forgot I had another axe. So that's 5 axes. That'll last me a while. There's certainly worse things. Oh, indeed there are. Like the alternative. Oh. Now, are there 2 more over here? Or did they just abandon all of these guys? Seems like they abandoned all of these guys. Love. Well, we need to get some more, so I'm gonna have them they'll both witness this. So it should be fine. Gotta be careful, because if one is hostile and the new spawn sees it, he'll join in on the fun. Alright. I have to make sure that they're capable of creating another, because they seem to have thinned out here a bit. There's still more than 10, but they thinned out a bit for sure. Oh, okay. 1. That's good. I'll have to find the other. There might not be a second one. So yeah, they might have actually thinned out a bit. Haven't been back here in a while. I guess not since the last time I got weed. These have not grown a lot since then, have they? Like, it's been a while, and it was raining. pleased about that. There should really be a second one. If there isn't, that's an indicator that putting the barrels in there again have altered the spawning patterns of the golem. Unless one was spawned here somewhere. I don't see it. Definitely just seems like that one golem. Certainly better than nothing, obviously, but a cause for concern. Because I lost 50% of the golems. Not good. Better than 100, but still not good. One. Yeah, it's just the one. I'm not pleased with that at all. Oh, there he is. Thank goodness. So there's the second one. I need the iron, so he was up there. I didn't feel like getting him. Why did they all go in this direction? Where did the other golem go? That's kind of creepy. I'm so glad he wasn't hostile. Oh my god. It's like, that's a problem. Just while I'm here. It's a shame the villagers don't find the beds upstairs. There are 6 more beds up here. They would on PC. The thing is, they're so stupid that if I put doors here, if I close this wall like I was debating and put doors here, they could enter through the door. This could be private. They probably wouldn't be able to. That's why I had to remove all the other doors elsewhere. They probably wouldn't be able to do it. Because they're that stupid. So I'm actually thinking of just putting 9 right here. What? Well, I don't know about 9, but however many can fit there, I suppose. Oh, it's just one more. I don't like it. No, he just has a flower. I don't want your stupid flower. You're useless. I don't want your flower. Can you imagine the sheer terror in the first people to experience the Enderman and how it becomes hostile when you look at it in the eyes? Can you imagine the terror? That was around like Slenderman time. That was a carbon copy of Slenderman. Because there was a lot of virality surrounding Slenderman. A lot of Let's Plays of that game and a lot of creepypastas. I didn't mean to duplicate it again. Okay. Anyways, I'll be back on tomorrow. Kinda tired. Peace.